Smith, and Coach will start with some comments, please.
Glory to God and a bunch of resilient kids. I've always thought that adversity kind of defines who you are, and being in that second half down 2 scores, a bunch of great kids defined who they are as men, and I can't tell you how proud I am of them. You know, it was one of those games, a great football game between, I think, 2 good teams, and each of us took blows at each other, and at the end of the day, we made one more play. Terrific block by Jay Tufeli on the last field goal block, and it was great to finish that game off, running the ball and ending the game. We made a stride. It's a big Pac-12 win. It was a much-needed win for us, and it's great to be home back in the Coliseum. With that, I'll take any questions that you have.
What did JT show you with the big plays he made down the stretch?
I tell you, this week in practice, you can just feel the chemistry coming. I even mentioned to him, I was like, man, I told Tyler too, I said, man, y'all's chemistry is about that far away. You could feel it in practice, and I was hoping it was going to show up in this game, but I thought both JT and the wide receivers did a tremendous job with the RPO game to be able to, when they brought zero pressure, making the right decisions, giving his kids the opportunity to make plays, and he continues to progress with each game.
Coach, talk about the difference that Porter made in the second half.
Well, you know, his pass rush skills, I think, help at any time, and his presence, you know, just when you have that type of player coming out, they end up getting 2 huge stops at the end of the game. You know, I was hoping that stop with about 5 minutes left offensively, you know, we would run the ball out, and it didn't happen. We missed a 3rd and 5, and they've got to go out there one more time. And to have guys like Porter and Cam Smith and Marvell Tell, Biggie Marshall, you have those type of guys, those type of leaders, those type of men, you can win any game.
Coach, when you needed to seal the game, you went back to vintage I formation.
Mm-hmm.
How satisfying is it to be able to close out a game like that?
Very, very. I think that's Trojan football. It's something that we put in this week and practiced a lot, and I thought the kids got good at it, and to be able to score on that drive to make it 39 with that package and then in the game, it was a great investment and something that we will continue to do.
What was going through your mind, and what was your reaction when you saw Jay come with that block?
It's a block that we've had in our package for a long time, and you know, we put it in this week, specialty, and credit John Baxter. I mean, he had it based on which hash and which gap, and the kids knew exactly what to do. Our last team meeting, we showed it. We showed the gap that would be open. Great call by Cam off the left hash. He ends up making that call, and it was the absolute perfect call at the right time.
Were you surprised that they didn't go for it?
No, you know, they've got a good field goal kicker. They're getting ready to tie it up and try to go to overtime. I actually called timeout because I didn't want 40 seconds to run off the clock and only have a minute left. I wanted, just in case that it did go in, I knew we could have a chance to run out the clock or live just seconds. But I wanted enough time just in case that it was made for us to be able to go and have an actual minute 49 left on the clock. No, I wasn't in that situation. They've got the opportunity to tie it up. No, I don't think it's a bad call by coach.
As a coach, did you prefer that they kick?
As a coach?
Yeah, did you want them to kick, or did you want them to go for it?
No, I mean, they make the decisions. I'm just trying to make the next call. But, you know, they had done a very nice job. Credit to Coach Leach. I thought they did a tremendous job on both 3rd and 4th down tonight in their, you know, intermediate passing game. It was almost like they were running the ball. It was 4 yards, 5 yards, not a ton of shots downfield. It was just moving the chains, and they were effective. So it's one of those calls you got to make as a coach, and Coach, you know, made a call that he thought was best for his team.
Well, you said that JT continues to progress. What specifically tonight did you see in terms of progress?
I just, like I said, I thought it was the chemistry with the wideouts. I mean, he gave those kids opportunities to make plays or get pass interferences, you know, and our kids did a really nice job of attacking the ball. You either let the ball come to you or you go up and attack it at its highest point, and I really thought they did a nice job of either making the play or getting the PI by attacking the ball.
Clay, did the stakes feel different up until this game was final, in that if you guys fall into a 1-3 hole, that's pretty tough to dig out of?
Obviously, it's a big game because it's a conference game, and it's, as we've seen, you know, in the South, it took us 8-1, you know, last year to win the conference, and you know, usually it's been 7-2, 8-1 to win the South, and you know, to be able to get a win at home over a team that's going to be a good team this year up north, it was critical for us. I think it was critical for our confidence and our psyche too of our team. To be able to fight back like that in the second half, to be able to finish a game like that in the fourth quarter, it can only build confidence and help your football team.
Did you
I feel like tonight was the night where you clicked your receivers more than maybe have in the past?
Yeah, I think you've seen just increase in productivity from me to Tyler, and me to Pitt, and me to Velas week by week. We just have more practice time. We're getting used to each other more. I'm learning where they want where they want me to put the ball, and they're making the plays every time it's there.
What's this game do for you personally, JT?
Each game so far has just been more and more experience. That there's definitely some things I can learn from tonight's game. Personally, I'm pretty happy right now. It's pretty fun. But in general, it's just some things to learn from, and some things to celebrate.
What did you see on that field goal alignment prior to the block?
I'd seen how many field goals did they kick? One before, one. And I saw their guard lunging and falling, so I knew if we ran it right, it was going to work perfectly. And I had to get Peely lined up a little bit, and he ran it perfectly, and it was just one of those things that we practiced and we planned it, and it just worked in our way.
Cam, you guys are undefeated at home under Clay, which basically spans your entire career. Why are you guys a different team at home?
I'm sure there's unknown facts that go into it, but I think it just we walk out there with not like every game is different, but it's a sense of we walk out there with a sense of more pride because we are in the Coliseum, and we know walking by every time in the tunnel we see guys on our right that are painted on a wall that have played there before us, and I think that's it. Just kind of I know for me it hits me right in the heart. Like, this is something that we got to take on to us and play hard and never really stop. So I think it just feels good to be home, and we took 2 under the chin, and now we're moving on, and it was just kind of a feel good. Feels good to get this win and move on from here.
You're going back on the road, obviously. Is that something that you kind of have to think about and even talk about going on the road and making it different than it has been?
No, I don't think this is a different game. We got to prepare like we did this last week, and I think it was an excellent week for us as a team. I think we took a huge step in terms of our practices and leading up to the game, and I think we just go back to that and just keep taking strides every day and let the game just take care of itself.
Clay, what did you think the key to the game was?
I thought the 2 runners did a wonderful job, and I talked about. I thought it was very important to create balance, and all of a sudden you look up and I think they had about 75 apiece tonight. Vi has 78 and Steven has 77 yards, and that balance I think helps us. Often I know it helps us. That's what we are, and to be able to finish that game running the ball, I think it was great. The other thing that helps is those fans. I can't thank them enough. To be able to come home and to have the support of our Trojan family was huge. Even when I walked out there, it was like, wow, this is really cool. This is what family's all about, and they were supporting a bunch of great kids, and I appreciate them for that.
Is there anything you're still worried about health-wise with Steven? He only had those 3 carries until the third quarter, kind of holding him back a little bit?
No. One of the things that happened when you look at time of possession in the first half, I think they had 40 total plays, and I think we were right at 30 I mean, there wasn't a lot of opportunities, and their time of possession was huge. So it felt like every drive mattered in that game. And finally, you know, down the stretch there, I was really proud of our defense. We needed 2 stops there at the end. They found a way to get both of them.
Let's do one more. With Talanoa, you know, filling in at safety and making that huge play to bat the ball out of bounds. What did you see from him overall in the game and on that play specifically?
Yeah, you know, I credit all our young players that are playing right now. We've got a bunch of freshmen, redshirt freshmen out there, and Talanoa's been asked to do a job and to learn in a hurry, and he's done a great job. Not to say it's been perfect, but he's made some big plays. He's a terrific tackler. He plays the ball very well, and it's great to see young people stepping up and helping the brothers. All righty, guys, thank you.